What is going on, guys? It's Aaron from Rudy Visuals. Hope you're all doing well and staying healthy. In today's video review, we are checking out this tiny wireless microphone system, the Lark 150 from Hollyland, right after this intro. A few weeks ago, you may remember we reviewed a wireless video transmission kit from Hollyland, a company that I really like. Spoiler alert, we thought it was pretty awesome, so definitely go check out that video if you haven't seen it yet. But now Hollyland also have this. It's called the Lark 150 and it's a wireless microphone system similar to something like a Rudy Wireless Go. Now in terms of audio for videos like this, we usually use shotgun mics or like lav mics, as you see here, where you're often limited in terms of range and distance because of cables and not being able to shoot too far away from a microphone to get clean, usable audio. So using something like this that's wireless is actually quite a nice luxury not to be tethered by wires and cables. So when Hollyland reached out to us to review the Lark 150, we were definitely really excited to test it out. So big shout out to Hollyland for sending us one of these to review. And long story short, yeah, it's really awesome. So first up, let's check what we get inside the box. So inside the box, pretty simple standard affair. We have a manual, we have this carry case, which is pretty much just for carrying the cables, and the cables that you get are USB-C, so awesome. I always love USB-C. We also have two included lav mics, so more on this later, as well as these dead cats slash windshields. Again, more on these later. And other than that, you get this amazing carry case. And inside the case slash charging dock, we have one receiver and two transmitters. Oh, and also this cable for connecting to your camera. And like right off the bat, the first thing you notice is just how well made everything is. So the way they've designed this, how the transmitters and receivers like fit so nicely into the case, and how it immediately just turns on and pairs as soon as you take it out. The fact that this box charges the actual units as well, it gives off a very premium feel. Speaking of which, the actual price of this unit is, currently in the UK, it's selling for £339, which sounds very high, but we'll get into some of the reasons as to why that cost is there. So the transmitters and receivers, they do feel slightly plasticky, but it's kind of like that high quality plastic, kind of like a Nintendo Switch if you've ever used something like that. So in terms of just the overall build and design, you definitely get your money's worth in that sense. They're also extremely compact and lightweight, which is definitely what you want. This travel box slash charging dock is really, really cool. And I also love that you just get one USB Type-C charger for everything. So I have used similar microphones like this where everything has to be charged separately. So this is kind of a nice luxury to have, but it does come with one weakness, which I'll mention later on. So you get two transmitters, both of which have inbuilt microphones and one receiver. And on top of that, I really like how they've included these two lav mics as well, just to give you an extra option in terms of the kind of audio that you're trying to record. And I have to say that the windshield slash dead cats are probably the best feeling in terms of quality and feel that I've ever seen. And I really love the way they clip onto the transmitters with these little end slots that go into the holes. But of course, the most important thing about a microphone system is the audio quality, right? So let's get these all connected so you can hear how they sound. So right now I'm using this Boya lav mic, a really cheap mic from Amazon, it's like £15. So we're gonna switch over to the Lark 150s for the rest of this review. All right, so here we go. Okay, so we've switched over to the Lark 150. I've got it nestling on my hoodie right here. So it does kind of protrude a little bit more than I'd like, but how does it sound? This is the actual built-in microphone that's built into the transmitter. So I'm just gonna read a sentence from a random book just so you can get an idea of what it sounds like. So this is Terry Pratchett's Unseen Academicals. So, you can't. He saved my life. That's no basis for a relationship. A polite thank you would have sufficed. I've got a feeling about him. That's just silly. Well, silly's not bad, is it? Now you listen to me, young... Oh, hello, Mr. Autonomy. So now we're gonna connect to the lav mics that I provided and connect that to the unit itself and see how that sounds. Okay, so now we have the lav mic attached to the wireless transmitter. It's a little bit more, you know, what I'm used to, a bit more subtle than having the actual built-in transmitter just popping off the edge of your neck there. But again, how does this sound? Let's do a little book test again. So continue with our story. Glowing, glowing. The new ball was magic. That's what it was. It bounced back to Trev's waiting hand, as if by its own free will. For 2 pins, he'd risk... What is this book about? I have no idea. Are you really sure you know how it works? He said to Nut. Oh yes, Mr. Trev. It's a lot simpler than it looks. Although the polyhedrons... What the hell is this book about? Okay, well, I think you've got enough of a sound sample. But spoiler, I have heard how both of these sound beforehand. And we think that the actual Lav mic attached to the transmitter sounds amazing. It sounds really, really good. Very high quality audio. Definitely a big step up from the Boya Lav mic that we use. And the fact that I am completely wireless, that's amazing. The built-in microphones inside the units themselves, they did pick up a little bit of background noise, but definitely still very, very usable, very good quality audio regardless. Basically, if you're looking to record vocals, you're not going to be disappointed with either of them. Now, the big premium feature, so the big selling point of the Lark 150 is the actual range of the microphone. So we've been told that this is good for up to 100 meters with just a 5 millisecond latency. So let's put that to the test and see if that's true or not. Okay, so we're on my street, which is about 100 meters. I've got the Lav mic and the wireless transmitter and camera all set up here. So we're gonna just see whether it actually works at 100 meters. So as you can see, it's working very well when I'm, wireless about 10 meters away from the camera. So I'm just gonna walk that way, about 50 meters, and then we'll see if it still works. Now, I've been told that it only works well if I am like pointing towards the receiver. So if I have my back turned, it shouldn't work, but I think if you're fairly close, it will be okay. Okay, so that's about the range. So it's pretty amazing that you can go this far with this microphone, as long as you're kind of like unobstructed and you're looking towards the general direction. It works really well, so amazing. So there's also, quite a lot of ambient noise outside. So I have heard this back already and I know it sounds pretty decent, but what do you guys think? Does it sound good to you? Let us know down there. All right, let's go back inside because it's freezing. Okay, so another huge plus of the Lark 150, as I said before, is just how easy and simple it is to set up, like something I've come to associate with Hollyland products. You literally open the box, they turn on, they pair up automatically, and they're ready to go. There's an OLED display as well, so it's really easy to control everything. And in terms of the operation, the receiver has 2 gain knobs, a mute button, and you also have your screen to monitor the audio and the battery levels. There's an on-off switch and 2 3.5mm jacks for your camera and to monitor the audio via headphones. And on the receivers, again, very simple, just 2 LED indicators, a mute/power button, and a 3.5mm output for the Lav mics. So very straightforward and hassle-free. So there's no annoying pairing up, no faffing about with settings, no pairing, no extra installation, just completely ready straight out of the box. You can also switch between mono, stereo, and a safety mode, which records dual channel audio, but one at a lower level. So it helps with popping and audio clipping if you're in kind of like a noisy environment. And in terms of battery life, you get 4.5 hours on the transmitters and 7.5 hours on the receiver. So for most people, I'd say that's plenty enough. Right now, really the only con I can think of is the fact that you can only charge everything, inside the case. So if you're on a longer shoot, like a film set or an all-day live event, something like that, there's no way to actually charge and power them like separately while using them. You have to kind of stop and, put everything in the box and wait for it to charge. So I guess the workaround for that, if you were in a situation like that, would be to just buy 2 or multiple sets, and then you just kind of swap them out when they're ready to go. But yeah, that's definitely something that would affect, a smaller number of people if you're on longer shoots, but it's definitely worth mentioning nonetheless. But again, like I said, for most people, I think 4.5 hours for a single charge is still pretty good. So who is this for exactly? Well, the Lark 150 would be ideal for content creators, vloggers, YouTube videos like this, interviews, on-stage presentations, live shows, live streams, pretty much anyone who shoots videos who needs high quality sound, but with that freedom of not being like having this wire stuck to your camera. The fact that you get 2 transmitters as well, so you can basically have 2 people talking to one camera. That's also a really nice addition that you actually get 2, because there are similar microphones like the Rudy wireless mic Go that I believe only has 1 transmitter and 1 receiver. So while the Lark 150 does have kind of a steep price tag, admittedly £339 is definitely not cheap, especially when you consider something like the wireless video mic Go, I think it's about half the price. But the fact that you get 2 receivers with this, you know, the build quality, the design, the flexibility of the lav mics, the built-in mics, the portable charging box, the USB-C, that 100-meter range, the 5 millisecond latency, and excellent audio quality. It has premium features to back up the premium price, so it's definitely getting a thumbs up from us. And yeah, definitely worth the money in my opinion. Okay, so if you'd like to pick up this for yourself, there are links in the description box below. Anyway guys, that's pretty much gonna do it for this video. So if you have any questions, leave them down in the comment section below. And don't forget to follow us on Insta and Facebook. If you like this video, do us a huge favor, hit it a like, dislike too, if that's how you feel. And leave a comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Hope you've all had a wonderful holiday period, and I guess I'll see you on the next video. Thanks so much for watching. Bye bye.